absolutely devastating.
This is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this podcast forever, and this is the worst damn podcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to GWR Gonzo's Wrestling Room, Monday, December 16th, 2024. I'm Chris Gonzo'S, joined by Tony Gonzalez and Marcus Fine as normal. No Warren tonight.
No Warren. He had to work overtime.
That's one less headache we got to deal with.
Yeah, we had him all weekend. We were done, I guess.
True.
Well, we have a. Oh, go ahead.
We got a couple special guests we're going to bring in here right now. We got CRUZZER from AACW Pro Wrestling, and also Justin TERRELL. And these two guys have been going at it at AACW for a while now. And it's going to come to the head this Saturday, December 21st, in a dog collar match. And Marcus, I'll let you go ahead and if you got a question for these guys.
Well, I guess to start out, try to remember 3, 4, 5 months ago. How did this even happen? Me and Justin was doing commentary or something, and CRUZZER got mad about something. I can't remember what it was.
Well, let's get CRUZZER's viewpoint first. Why is this happening, CRUZZER?
I feel like for a long time that the rules have maybe been bent in other people's favors, and I got a little overworked when blatantly in front of your eyes people are cheating and using the rules to get their own way, and then I do everything that I'm supposed to do, and I still get people put over on me. So I wanted to express my frustration. Maybe I didn't do it in the right way at the AACW biker show, but it boiled over.
Did you get suspended for a while?
I got fined, I believe.
Okay, Justin, what's your take on this? What's your viewpoint? Why is this happening? Why is it coming to this? I don't know if Justin can hear us or not. Is Justin muted?
Oh, he ain't muted. I just don't know if he can hear us.
No, he shouldn't be muted. I'll say he's muted. You can't hear us? All right. I think we're having some technical difficulties.
I have no sound, so just bear with me, guys.
Well, now we can hear you now.
Go ahead and ask him all the questions. I'll get caught up here in a second.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Maybe he can't hear us.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead. So we're waiting on him. CRUZZER, I'm going off the record here. Well, sort of. You've made a big improvement in the last 6 months. I compliment you, and I'm not just saying that. That is, as a fan watching, you're doing rather well right now.
I appreciate that. I've been training as hard as I can for longer than that, but for the last 6 months, I think you're right. I've made some meteoric changes.
Have you been in the gym?
I have definitely.
You can tell on your arms. Kelly even mentioned it Friday night. Says, "Look at his arms." I think it was Friday. It might have been a week ago, but anyway, yeah, we can tell that you're working on it. So,
yeah.
What's up, guys?
My bench press went up by 50 pounds in the last 2 months, so I've been pushing it.
Are you on to stick your head in there?
Hi, guys.
Hi, Kelly.
Hey, Kelly.
Okay, I think we can hear Justin now. Justin, can you hear us?
I can hear you guys now, too.
Okay, good. Well, the question we had for you, Justin, why is this coming to this? What, in your opinion, started all this, and why is it coming to a dog collar match?
See, why it came out to be, it was he took me making the comments You know, him not winning a match all year. Took it personally. And when you sit there and you have doubt and you have self-doubt, you do some evil things. Trust me. Ask Marcus Fine. He had a little running into me when I had my self-doubt. I'm probably one of the main reasons why Cold X formed, because I had self-doubt to get what I wanted, and I attacked Shooting with Shane to get what I wanted. Now,
It's your fault. We got called out. What the hell?
Maybe. Anyways, I was trying to spit, give informations and facts to our commentary team, and I'm sorry if you took offense to that. But at the end of the day, a wise man once told me, when there's a gift, there's a receipt. And when you sold your soul to a man who calls himself the devil, well, this Saturday, I'm going to give you your receipt, and you're going to dance with the real devil.
That's pretty strong. Cruiser, what's your reply to that? I mean, now is it true that you did join or align yourself with Callnets?
Well, to be honest with you, the weeks leading up to the show, I may have been a little overzealous to join a group that told me what I wanted to hear. And then they showed me their true colors and showed me that they disrespect me just like everyone else does. Right at the end of the match, after I won it for him by pinning that man over there.
Justin, could that be one reason? Who wanted the dog collar match? Was it you or was it Cruiser, or both of you?
I think it was originally me. It was me because the attacks from behind in the Rumble. The shots, and just selling him, doing what we've been trying to do for the longest time, and that's get rid of Colt X. For him to help Colt X have that victory over everybody, or have that victory over AACW, that was kind of the last straw. And like I said, man, you have some talent, and you have a great talent, and all I wanted to do was help guide you to the right path. And since you wanted to sell yourself or you wanted to be a sellout, now I'm going to have to teach you that lesson instead of guiding you to the lesson.
So you're taking this as more of a almost like a teaching opportunity than maybe even a vendetta? I mean, I'm not saying it's not a vendetta, but it sounds like you're upset because we joined Call Out.
To me, this is more of a teaching lesson.
Cruiser, how do you respond to that? What do you think this is?
I think that he sees that I'm a rising star here, especially in AACW, but around Indiana so far. I'm showing up in new places and becoming a bigger rising star. I think maybe he's a little jealous that I'm climbing the ladder so fast.
Marcus,
maybe wants to knock me down a peg.
Marcus, what's your take on that? Can you see that, or do you think it could be a little bit of a bruised ego, a little bit?
Bruised ego on whose side?
I mean, Justin got pinned by him, and AACW lost that match in a big way because of Cruiser being on Colt X's team.
Well, and seeing if you go 1 month prior to that, Justin's not the EEC champion because of Cruiser and his second persona, because wasn't it Nacho Libre who eliminated Justin Terrell in the EEC?
Yeah, that was Nacho Libre, aka Cruiser, who eliminated Justin Terrell after me just doing something that I didn't get to do a year before. I wasn't going in there thinking I was going to win. I went in there. Cruiser he'd made a rookie mistake, and it's okay. We all make rookie mistakes, and we all live and we learn. I was there. He had his back turned, so I tossed him out the ring. And then he showed up later, tossed me out the ring, decides to throw me into the stairs, try to physically hurt me for what? Me just eliminating him?
Well, and then like it was brought up, Go back to the biker rally. You had heat there. Go to the month
He
prior.
laid
to
his
that.
hands on me. You're right. He laid his hands on me after he lost, and I get it, frustration, but it just kept boiling and boiling. Like
And
at
he came
one
up to
time,
the month
all I
before.
wanted to do was get you to channel that, channel that anger, and use it as fuel and motivation, and not as a distraction. And that's what I think you got, and that's why I think you joined Colt, because you even said it yourself. You listened to everything that you wanted to hear, only to be stabbed in the back again.
Cruiser, what's your response to that?
I don't know, man. I definitely have been using some anger as some fuel here recently. We'll see. We'll see when it comes to then.
What's your goal in this match, in this dog collar match?
I have a question. How did it become a dog collar match? Because we wasn't there the last couple of months. So how did this escalate into a dog collar match?
I mean, dog collar match is a brutal match, guys. It's next level.
It's a brutal match, and I felt like matches like dog collar matches or strap matches or bull rope matches, cage matches, they're there to teach a lesson or to end something that needs to be finished. And right now, Cruiser and Corvette have won the battle, and this is kind of a little, like I said, this is the receipt for selling your soul to the mad scientist, and I'm not going to let you escape that, no matter how big the beating is, until all four corners are touched by one of us in sequence.
It sounds like you're trying
to go to war.
I don't know if I'm running this. It sounds to me, in a way, like you said, about a receipt. Now, also, it sounds to me, or I could be taking it the wrong way, that maybe you're trying to get Cruiser on the right path.
I'm definitely trying to get him on the right path.
Cruiser, what's your response to that? What's your goal?
To
in
me,
this
it
match?
feels like Cruiser's more and thinks that Justin's jealous of him and is trying to keep him down.
Well, to be honest with you, I do think it's a teaching thing. The dog collar match will be a teaching thing because I'll teach everyone that I should be respected like I think I should. Like everyone is telling me that I should be respected, especially in the ring. We'll see. We'll see once we get there. But it will be a teaching thing. No matter who wins or who loses, it will be definitely a teaching tool.
Marcus, what do you think about this match? I mean, do you think Justin's got a huge advantage because of the experience?
Justin's been in dog collar matches before. Cruiser, have you been in anything like that?
I have not.
And how's it going to work in your mind now that you thought you had Cold X in your back pocket and that no longer is happening? Are you able to focus that now you're on your own?
I'll be honest, I've heard it since I started that if I just channel my energy into one certain goal, that nothing can be stopped.
Okay, you
So
ready
that's
for
what I
blood?
plan to do. Put all my energy and focus into what I need to do.
Well, I know dog collar matches are brutal. I haven't seen one that hasn't been. So I hope you're ready.
Yes.
I'm not counting you out. I hope you know what you signed up for.
I definitely think Justin's got an advantage with experience. But I think Cruiser, he's got a big chip on his shoulder. He's got something to prove. I think it's going to be a very interesting match.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I am too. I love dog collar matches. They're my favorite matches. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. I do have a question, Cruiser, something except for the dog collar match. After this is over, win or lose, what about Con X? They betrayed you. What about Con X?
Well, I'll just say this. They better be watching their backs. If they know, and they know what they did to me, they just better be watching their backs.
Okay, guys, any final questions from Chris or Marcus? And we'll get final thoughts from these guys.
Well, okay, yeah, let me go ahead and.
Okay. Justin, any final thoughts? Anything you want to get off your chest?
You made a comment a while back that you've sacrificed your body, your sweat, and your tears for this for this company, but there's one thing you have not done, and that's bleed for this company. Cruzzer, ask yourself in this battle, win, lose, or draw, are you willing to put everything on the line?
Is it supposed to storm?
If you are, I hope you bring it, because I am going to war. And like I said, this is a teaching moment. This is the gift that you've given me and my receipt back to you. But at the end of the day, you have to realize you've lit a spark into Justin Terrell. Not only is this a lesson, but this is also a teaching, or how do I put this? This is a bar to set, because I am, as of right now, going to tender my resignation as general manager of AACW and sign a full-time active roster spot.
So this is a
But
comeback.
also before I go, the match between Damian DeVille and Travis Southern will be false count anywhere. No rules, no time limit, no disqualification. There must be a winner.
And that is career versus career, correct?
That is career versus career.
And you just said you just resigned your position. Is that what I just heard?
That is correct. I am resigning as general manager, and I am officially coming back as an active wrestler.
Wow.
Cruzzer, your response.
Well, I only have a few short things to say. Terrell, I'm glad you're medically cleared so I can put you back out again. I'm gonna get the respect that I deserve, especially in the match, to show everyone what I'm willing to put on the line to get that respect. And when my hand is raised, I will get my flowers.
Guys, I'm looking forward to this match. Chris, did you have a couple of questions?
No, I was just going to have him before he got out here talk about the show Saturday.
Okay, yeah. You got
where it's at, the time, and
can you guys
all that stuff.
tell us about the show Saturday? What
Yeah,
time?
so the show Clash Before Christmas. It's this Saturday, December 21st. Doors open at 6:05. Bell starts at 7:05. Santa, he's feeling a little ill, so he's found a perfect replacement. He went and searched in the deep forests of the North Pole and found a special Santa to replace him. So can't wait to see Santa there. We also have the toy drive, which those toys will be handed out throughout the night to the children, and whatever's left will be donated to the underprivileged kids in Grant County, as well be donated to the hurricane victims affected for the hurricanes previously this year. Also, the Tri-Central Wrestling team, they'll be in attendance selling fake goods to help raise money for camps and everything. And the Tri-Central football family will be in attendance doing our concessions to help raise funds for the football program as well.
Now, we got a lot going on Saturday night.
Oh, yes. It's
Yes,
going to be
we
a
do.
great show. It's going to be a great show.
Some of those matches we got, you have, of course, the two at the bottom in a dog collar. Travis and
we got the career versus career, unsanctioned, no holds barred, false count anywhere, whatever you want to prove it. There's only one rule: your opponent must be pinned.
And then you have Nerd taking on Congo Kong.
Then you have Nerd versus Congo Kong for the EEC championship. I believe Bobo Brazil Jr. will be in the house defending his United States title. Then you got a triple threat: Jensen versus Paris McQueen and Paige Owens. I think that's her name is. If I got it wrong, I apologize. But
Yeah,
I know. It's Page something. Trying to think of what else.
Who is the heavyweight title on the line?
The heavyweight title is on the line in a scramble match.
Okay. And what about the tag belts?
That I don't know. I can't answer that. We don't want to spoil everything.
Well, I got you.
We're gonna have some surprises.
And you can get all this for $5 or $10, right?
You can get all this for $10. First come, first serve. First come, first serve at the door.
I thought Mark was gonna lower the price on them there for a minute.
Yeah. Shane, I'm thinking that's what that no means. All of it for $10.
Hey, I thought you were going to make the comment, and J.H. Hogg was going to have to put you in a bull rope match.
He's in the comments. Paige Jones.
Guys, it's going to be a
Thank
great
you.
show. Anybody that's close to that area, close to Kokomo, close to what's the name of the town again? Sharpsville? Sharpsville, excuse me. Sorry about that.
Sharpsville.
Definitely show up, and you're going to see a fantastic show. Dog collar match, falls count anywhere, career versus career match, plus many more great championship title matches. Definitely come out and support the Christmas drive and all that stuff. So it's going to be a great show. So definitely looking forward to it, guys. Both of you, good luck to you on Saturday, guys. And hopefully this will squash this beef and maybe hopefully get you guys on the same page and you can take out Call to X. I'm for that.
Hey now.
Sorry, Kelly.
Whatever happens, Cold X is next.
I love Kelly, but Call to X sucks.
Hey now. Cold X is the best.
The best of nothing.
All right, guys. You guys have a good night, and we're gonna move on with the show and bring on our next. We're gonna Marcus do a little,
All right, you guys.
his little thing.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Did not mean to cut him off.
Okay, we're gonna do Marcus's wrestling report, independent wrestling report for this weekend.
All right. First off, I wrote it down, Tony. You told me to write it down. I did. Big shout out. Carson Drake defeated Max the Impaler this past week and is now the new NWA World TV Champion. Max Paler has been, or not Max Paler. Carson Drake is the former WPW Heavyweight Champion, and he defeated Max the Impaler and is now the new TV Champion. And I wrote down some names. Actually, I got it here somewhere. Give me a second of who just actually held that title.
Who's who?
Arn Anderson, Booker T, Dusty Rhodes, The Great Muta, Lord Steven Regal, Nikita Koloff, Ricky Steamboat, Steve Austin, and Tully Blanchard, just to name a few. And now you can put Carson Drake in that list.
Yes,
So congratulations, Carson Drake.
And that match was loaded to NWA's YouTube page. You can watch it. I watched it this morning.
So, congratulations. Finally, a new TV champ. Okay, Kelly and I, 3 shows this weekend, our last triple shot of the year. Friday night, we was at the WCW Outlaw Arena. Friday night, we seen Waterboy. He defeated Ken Calhoun. Elijah Arrows defeated Kenneth James. Phoenix defeated Pogo via DQ. Pogo kicked him in the nads. Pogo literally lost his mind and continuously attacked and strangled, and Pogo is ready for his match against Brody Botkins at Cagemas. Then Carter Kaufman versus Maliko ended in a no contest when Jackson Morgan came in and stopped Maliko from beating down on Carter. WCW Territorial Champion Brody Botkins defeated Cruiser in a non-title match. Mike Noble came out and kind of did an open challenge, and out came Zach Nova. And so it looked like it's going to be Mike Noble and Zach Nova for the Gunslinger title. But then who showed up? Dirty Juan Sanchez showed up with his guy, IK3, made it a triple threat match, but Mike Noble still came out on top and is still your WCW Gunslinger title champion. Main event, Highlight Reel and Dex Royal defeated Troy Valentine, Zay Gates, and Jordan James in a 6-man tag team match. Match of the night. Okay, then we were all at NGW's Christmas Chaos in Crawfordsville. Waterboy defeated Mike Noble. Ace Anderson defeated Bashley Bones to retain the Hoosier title. Christian Cash and Zay Gates defeated Nerd and a surprise Cody Lee in the house. CJ West defeated D-Buck Sexton. After Jesse Winchester made a surprise return and speared Buck Sexton and made the count for CJ West. So Buck Sexton and Jesse Winchester feud is on. Colby Jack and the Grunch defeated Cecil Cerveza and T.S. Wiley. TK0 defeated Rooster. Thomas Keith defeated Jeremy Hadley, Jackson Morgan, and Kenneth James in a gauntlet match as the number one contender for the title. Main event match of the night, Jason Levi defeated Jimmy Carrot and Excalibur, and he is still the NGW title holder. But you cannot hold, that's match of the night, but we also thought that Christian Cash and Zay Gates versus Nerd and Cody Lee was also right up there as match of the night. So
yeah, very good too. Yeah, it was a really good, pretty strong show, especially that main event and a couple other matches. But hey, Marcus has been telling me about Jimmy Carrot. I had never seen him before. Marcus definitely did not oversell on Jimmy Carrot. He was even better than what Marcus told me, and Marcus was putting him to the moon. So he was outstanding.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he did a move that I had never seen. And all of us on commentary, when he flipped over that top rope, and like Chris said, he thought he was going to be out there in the first, second, third row, and somehow grabbed the whole of that top rope and came right back down on top of Excalibur. I had never seen him do that before. And it's like, holy shit.
Yeah, it was a hell of a match.
Yeah, it was my first time seeing him as well. And I was impressed. I was talking to Dad about it on the way home when we left. And I did for sure. I thought he overshot the top and was going at least to the front row, if not the second row. And I don't know how he caught himself and then flipped over the other side of the turnbuckle and ended up hitting the guy on the other side of the apron. It was impressive.
Is Juan Sanchez in love with Warren Misery or something? They got a love thing going or something?
Juan Sanchez just has I don't know what his issue is. Everybody says it's a shoulder injury. I think it's more of a head injury, but
It could be. He could be. It could be. Maybe Zach Nova can knock some sense into him here when they get to meet him.
Hey, he has smartly positioned himself with IK3, so he is doing some smart things.
Yeah, that's true. I can't deny that.
I'm going to throw a sidebar. I'm not going to throw names. People know the names. I've talked to everybody involved. But there was a match that took place Saturday night where was nothing but bullshit. And I'll just put it out there like that. We all agree. It takes two to make a match, and somebody forgot that and made somebody look really bad because they were an asshole. I don't know how to put it.
If you don't make somebody, you didn't beat anybody. And I believe that's common knowledge in the business. I think, and I heard that from Billy Ray many times, and he learned that from Pat Patterson. So, I don't get it.
So
may get us in trouble, but I agree.
You made yourself look like a prick, and I don't know. And I'm just going. Joey Owens told me say it, and so I just did. So I'm not going to throw the name out there, but the name should know who it is. And I already talked to the promoter. I've already talked to the guy that got the short end of the shaft. And that wasn't right. So it was very obvious what you had done. So, okay. Now we got that out of the way. Then, believe it or not, all five of us was in Danville, Indiana yesterday for Warrior Pro 39. Ruthless Domination defeated the WPW Tag Team Champions Agents of Chaos in a non-title match, but since they did beat the Agents of Chaos, they get the title shot for January. So next month at the Riot, the WPW Riot, Ruthless Domination, Agents of Chaos, titles on the line. Haas Huxley defeated Miguel Murphy. Another IK3 defeated Zach Nova in a very good match, but Juan Sanchez stuck his sticky ass nose in that one too.
He did.
T.Y. Ice defeated Cletus Farmer. My match of the night, D-Buck Sexton defeated Jeremy Hagley. And my second match of the night, Jay Beef defeated Logan Myers via DQ. Still the WPW heavyweight title holder, but he lost that match because of Jared Kripke. So
It was a pretty solid show. I did went out to Cletus Farmer. Never seen him before, but I kind of like Cletus. Thought it was kind of interesting.
he came from Functified. I talked to
Yeah, I think there's something there.
He can make a couple of changes,
A couple of
but
tweaks.
he was, but he has a lot. I thought had a lot of potential there with that gimmick as well.
Yeah, I agree.
and he could throw a forearm better than the guy we were just talking about in the last show. So
Yeah, that's very true.
That didn't take a whole lot.
the one match, the one move wonder. Anyway, I could keep going on and on, but so anyhow,
Well, you have anything else, Marcus?
no, you better shut me down off that. So,
Okay, all right. We'll get Marcus off that before we get thrown off the air. Well, we'll bring in our one of our other special guests. We'll bring in Mark House, and he's going to tell us about FEW Retaliation. That's coming up Sunday, December 29th in Greenfield, Indiana. Normally would have had him on next week, but we're not going to be doing a show on the 23rd because I'm going to be got some family matters to take care of. I'm going to be in Chicago, so we're not going to do a show next Monday.
Well, enjoy Chicago.
Yeah. My daughter's having surgery, and so I'm going to be in Chicago on the 23rd. So
Well, make sure you take care of that. That's way more important than the wrestling world.
Yep, I agree.
Doggies go first. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. How you doing? I see you got your hands full.
I'm doing good. He is now getting to the point where look at this.
That's awesome.
So he's growing huge, and I appreciate you guys getting me on. Sorry I got the little man, but he's around me all the time, so we do this together as a team. But FEW, we got it Sunday, December 29th. We're going to close out the year with a little bit of FEW, where it's been, as you guys have seen coming to the shows, Gonzo, is that it's growing huge. I mean, I'm since I've come as commissioner, trying to change up how it's taped, how it looks, how it's presented, the new talent that's coming in. When you look at the roster top to bottom, this isn't people that you see on an everyday basis everywhere else, which is nice. What's up, Kelly?
Yeah,
we're going to end up the year.
Shows have been fantastic. They really have been. Anybody that lives close to that area in Greenfield, definitely go and check out that show. It's worth watching. Beautiful venue, different venue than you would normally see. So I think all the fans would enjoy it. Can you tell us how much tickets are for the show?
So pre-sale, they are $12. They are $15 at the door. And we've been doing a nice little thing here. I'm going to pull back the curtain a little bit, is that we've been putting little QR codes out there for each of the wrestlers to promote. So go promote your favorite wrestler, because what they do is that FEW now we are giving kickback to the boys to be able to make a little extra cash if you buy the tickets through them. So use their QR code, give them a little bit of love, and help them out if you want to support them.
Well, that's a great idea.
I decided to make an executive decision within FEW and say that people need to get paid more, and there's a way for you guys to be able to give back to them specifically without having to potentially buy merchandise. If you guys don't have the ability, you buy the tickets. It's the same price anyways pre-sale, and you're giving them a few bucks in their pockets. So help them out, buy some tickets, load up the place. It's a good place to go, especially for the new year to bring it in.
And where can people find them QR codes? Is on the FEW Facebook page or
so what it is that each of the wrestlers, we have provided them with their own. So if you want, ask anybody who's on the card that we're going to go through.
Okay, just reach out to the wrestler. Okay.
The wrestler will have their own code, which will go right to the website that will give them the ability to buy tickets. So it's no different. All you're doing is going to the same link, just with their name on it. So figure it's a way for you guys to be able to help them out, give them a few extra bucks after Christmas to be able to bring in the new year, and you don't have to do anything different. You're not doing anything more than clicking a link.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Sounds like a fantastic idea to me.
Absolutely. We got to help everybody out. So the more money we can make the boys, the better. And they put their bodies in the line and they work real hard. And this crew of wrestlers just work harder and harder and harder than anybody I know. So help them out, support them, and show up in droves and come see Gonzo and the Fines.
Yeah, most definitely. Would you like to go over some of the matches, some of the matchups?
Absolutely. We'll go over. So we got the card. after last month, I know that Ashton Adonis decided he wanted to run his mouth and talk a little crap about me, and decided to walk out on his tag team partner at the time, Eros. And so what we're gonna end up doing now is we're gonna make him work. We're gonna give him a little bit of a challenge and make him actually prove in the ring that he actually is worth something. He's not just another pretty face with no wrestling ability. So we're gonna put Ashton Adonis in there with Zay Gates and put him through the ringer and let Zay hopefully teach him a thing or two, because he needs to shut his mouth and he needs to learn a lesson instead of running his mouth being the big badass that he is. Because, you know, spoiler, he's got to learn to wrestle first. Come on, Adonis. But he's getting there, and I think that him and Zay Gates are going to tear it down. And the funny thing is, that's not even the main event. That's just a nice quality match that we're going to give you guys here at FEW. On top of that, speaking of his former tag team partner, we got Elijah Eros, and he's going up against Ricky Guns. I know it's going to be a meshing of two different styles, but it's going to be something that hasn't been seen before. And now Eros is working his way through the ranks, and Ricky has been improving immensely month over month. And I know he's had some run-ins with Bird, but he's proven himself. And as you can see now, he's been, you know, showing up on WCWO and AACW and places. So he's starting to grow, and he's starting to get better show after show. So we're going to give him Elijah Eros, who can put him through the ringer, and we can have ourselves a good old-fashioned wrestling match. So I think between those two, it'll be good.
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have Carter Coughlin versus Storm Garcon. I know that Storm has had some issues lately with Crystal in terms of the women's championship, but we're going to give her a nice quality match of Carter Coughlin, who is a very capable wrestler, and have the two of them tear it down. And we're just going to have ourselves a good old-fashioned, like the other ones, good old-fashioned wrestling matches, just to be able to give you guys quality matches one after another for the end of the year. Going on that same note, we got ourselves the one member of the Empire, which is Matt Grant, going against the Word. The Bird is the word, because everybody loves a little bird. And so now we're going to go ahead and have Matt Grant versus Bird. And that one is going to be, I think, quietly is going to steal the show without us knowing.
I was just getting ready to say that one there is going to be a good one.
Oh, absolutely.
Every match so far sounds fantastic to me.
We're trying to put them together and give you guys a little bit extra and something a little different with different combinations. And next we got no disqualification match. So this one's going to be real interesting. So lately, the aristocracy has just completely blown up. They are just done. And you have Jacob Rose, who just does not like what's going on with Mitchell. And so we're going to end up doing is that, you know, he lost against Jackson Morgan last show, and he really wanted another shot, and he offered up his services and said if he loses, he's going to end up being basically the peon, the peasant for Mitchell, and he can parade him around and do whatever he damn well pleases them. But if he wins, he gets an opportunity for the FEW Heavyweight Championship. And so he's got one more match with Jackson Morgan. So it's Jackson Morgan versus Jacob Rose in a no disqualification match. And it's going to be brutal. I mean, I'm interested to see where that goes and see if Jacob has what it takes to take the big man down, because Jackson Morgan is not one to play with. And to be able to put up the opportunity to get the FEW championship, but have to give up his freedom if he loses, that's some big stakes to be putting up there, but we'll see how it goes. Next, we got Empire. So we got the tag team of Crystal Moon and JT Kirk with the championships for the tag team, and they're going to go against Vinny Pachetti and Avery Hertz. I mean, granted, you know, Ashton Adonis walked out on Eros, but Vinny and Avery got the job done. Or actually, it wasn't even Vinny. It was Avery and his partner at the time. And Vinny is back, and Vinny is his normally scheduled tag team partner. So we're rewarding the win that they had last show with Avery to be able to go against the Empire for the tag team championship. So I think it'll be good. I think Vinny and Avery are starting to hit their stride, and, you know, I think they're going to put up quite a fight against the Empire. We're almost done here with the card. We got the Mid-Continental Championship match, and we have the current champion, Brandon Day, and he's going up against J-Rock Daddy, who they've had some good epic battles the past couple shows, and we're going to throw in Logan Myers, an amazing wrestler in the great state of Indiana, and the three of them are going to tear it down. Again, that damn bird. Yeah, okay, Mike. That damn bird. But the three of them, I think, again, like I can't pick a match of the night or a sleeper because there's so many good opportunities for a sleeper. So you're going to have to let me know, Mr. Fine and Gonzo. You guys are going to have to let me know exactly what you guys think of the show and what beats what, so that we can know as FEW management what you'd like to see more of versus not. And then we have the heavyweight championship match, and King Mitchell Taylor decided he didn't have anything for the night because he put up his opportunity for the heavyweight championship with Jax Morgan in his corner to go against Jacob Rose. So he was the short end of the stick, and he decided that he wanted to wrestle and participate instead of trying to cower and back out and not really put any effort in. And he's kind of feeling a little salty lately that he's not being put as the main focus of FEW. So he decided to put an open challenge out. And honestly, if you look at it, so we have your favorites. I know, Fines. I know that you guys, have your issues with them, but Mike Noble decided to step up. I know he's starting to come
Yet.
I know he's starting to come up through the ranks, but the thing is, as much as you don't like him as a person, you got to admit that he's got some moxie and some grit as a professional wrestler.
No doubt.
And so what we're going to do is that it's going to go one of two ways. Either he's going to go in there and he's going to show a lot of people that he's got the talent and that he's the future of professional wrestling in Indiana, or he's going to run his mouth and you're going to watch King Mitchell Taylor slap him all over the place, which is going to make you smile anyways. So either way, Marcus, you're going to win. So you either get to see a great wrestling match or you get to see Mike Noble get slapped in the face. Is that a problem for you? Is that something?
No, smack him in the face.
Noble sucks.
And that's fine. We can feel however we feel, but would you rather watch him get slapped around? I mean, if he has a good match, you got to give him a little bit of credit. He can still suck.
When Mike Noble does a good match, I give him credit, even though I really hate to, but I will.
Or you watch him get slapped around. Either or, it's a win-win for you guys.
It's going to be a tough choice for Greenfield. Who they're going to root for in that match? I mean, them two.
Yeah, that's true because nobody in Greenfield likes Mitchell Taylor, and I don't know what they feel about Mike.
Fit right into Greenfield.
Yeah, they said.
I know they don't know, but you might be pleasantly surprised. But that is the card. We don't have. That's not really in any order. We're just giving that matches out there, but. I mean, I'm asking you guys, what do you think? So outside of like the heavy hitters, I mean, what is there any match, Tony and Chris, that you guys think that might pleasantly be surprised with?
I'm really looking forward to the Arrows match.
Yeah, the Arrows and Ricky Guns.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Seeing those two styles.
The one that's really intriguing me is the Bird and Grant. I'm a big fan of both them guys, and I think them two together could really be some magic.
Well, I will tell you that there is. I'm not going to get too far into it because it might, later on. I don't know, but it's, there is a little bit of history that people don't know. I know because I've been around the block with both of them, but maybe eventually they'll share some of that history. But we'll see. But I think there's going to be a little bit more there than people think because it's not just two guys that haven't locked horns before. It's two guys that know each other. They have a little bit of a history that the general public doesn't know. So maybe that'll trickle out a little bit. So just add a little more spice into that.
Like
what are you, Marcus?
Sounds like a fantastic.
I got two.
Yeah.
I want to see Rose and Jackson because I like a no DQ match.
Absolutely.
And we didn't get that match last month because Mitchell Taylor came out and Jacob Rose ran off. So that match never even took place.
Exactly. So now we get to have it, which is great because if Jacob decides he wants to try to go after Mitchell because he can't get his emotions in check, he gets to be his peasant, his peon, and he doesn't get to go after the heavyweight championship. So he's got a lot to lose. So he's going to have to keep his emotions in check or take it right out on Jax Morgan.
Yeah. Then I want to see the tag. Vinny and Avery taking on the Empire. It's going to be a banger too.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really good. I think that hopefully this is enough variety and being able to give you something different, a little bit of an alternative because, me not being from Indiana and me trying to help with something different, I'm really trying to bring a little bit of outside flavor of professional wrestling into Indiana to give quite the alternative because there's a lot of great wrestling in Indiana. There's a lot of great companies, but I want to be able to try to bring something that's completely different than the normal feel of what a lot of the shows are in the area.
I think you guys are doing a great job. Again, tell us the date, the time, and ticket prices, please.
Absolutely. So it's going to be Sunday, December 29th. To close out the year, it's going to be at the H.J. Rick Center, which it's always at in Greenfield, Indiana, which is 122 West Main Street in Greenfield again. The doors open at 5 o'clock. Bell time is at 6. And again, $12 pre-sale, $15 at the door. Plus, if you decide that you want to go to pre-sale for $12 a ticket. You're going to help the wrestlers. If you talk to your favorite wrestler, they'll hook you up with a QR code. You don't have to do anything different but click on it and buy a ticket like you normally would online, and it kicks a couple bucks back to your favorite wrestler. So it does a good thing for them and does a good thing for you. So check it out. Come to FEW. We'd love to see you, man. Everybody.
Guys, I'll tell you, they do a great job. They've improved so much. One of the best companies out there. It is different than some of the other promotions. I think they're doing a fantastic job.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I think you guys are doing great work. Appreciate you coming on, and
Yeah, thank you.
I hope you guys have a great show, and we'll see you guys there. Well, won't see you necessarily, but we'll see the fans and see Alex and all the other great talent.
Soon enough, I have to have surgery on my knee, and I'll cheap plug that for myself. But I got to have surgery on my knee, and I'll be throwing up every single one of my T-shirts I ever had on Pro Wrestling Tees in a couple weeks here. So if you want to buy a T-shirt, I know that Alex and FEW is gonna kind of push and plug it a little bit. But if you want to help out, and as soon as my knee gets healed and I'm medically cleared to come, you'll be seeing me up in Indiana again soon.
Well, we appreciate you coming on. And,
thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Have a great night.
You too.
All right. Thanks, Mark. We'll see you next time.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
All kinds of there we go.
Okay. Well, now our next thing, real quick, we're going to go over Saturday night's main event. People out there in the comments, I'd like to hear your comments real quick on what if you watched the show, what you guys saw of Saturday night's main event. And then we'll bring our special guest in, hopefully, Mr. Southern, for rapid fire. So, Marcus, let's get your thoughts. What did you think of the show, first of all?
Well, we talked, and I liked it. Was it the 80s Saturday night's main event? No. But did they do well? Yes. I was very impressed with how they presented that. They brought a lot of the old school, the arena vibe, short run to the ring, the guardrails up in place. It was good to see a lot of tributes to the old WCW. Oh, shit. Saturday night's main event. See, when you see so much stuff.
Yeah.
It was good to see Jesse, but I thought Jesse was going to be more commentating than what he did. I thought Jesse and McAfee would have been a fantastic announce team. And
I think that they protected Jesse because he doesn't know the product, and I think just putting him in one main match, I think that's why they did that. And later on, you might see him do more matches, but I think for a first time, I think that was a smart move.
I know McAfee said he really enjoyed working with Jesse. He was talking about it today on his show.
Yeah, we've seen some of the veterans. Coco Beware was in attendance. Greg Valentine, Tito, Jimmy Hart, Charles Robinson come back in as a referee.
Yep.
What's her name? The announcer? Garcia.
Garcia, yeah. Well, she's working anyway with Raw now. But, yeah, she was there.
The security guards.
I really enjoyed the show. I've seen some criticism. People say, well, it's just another show. What the hell did they think it was going to be? It's a wrestling show. I think people get too hyped up, and there's no surprises. There's no title changes. Marcus, like you said, in the history of Saturday night's main event, there was only 2 title changes.
And one of them was during the reboot.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they actually said it during the show, didn't they?
Yes.
Yes. That's where I knew. That's how I heard that. And after I got to thinking about it, they're right. We never had title changes except Brainbusters and Demolition. And I think it was Sean, and I don't remember because that was the reboot. Life was different then, so I'm not even sure I even seen that Saturday night's main event. But
yeah, I haven't heard the ratings, but I thought it was a real good show. I thought the match of the night for me was the triple threat with Gunther and Balor and Priest. That was my match of the night for me.
Yep. I thought what I got. I haven't seen all of it. I did get to see the Owens and Rhodes match earlier today, and I thought that was well done.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. But I liked the referees, how they had the old school light blue button up shirts and the bow tie. I thought some of the old school callbacks was pretty cool to see. I thought the entrance was cool. How
that was my favorite thing.
How it was so narrow.
That was my favorite thing.
It made it look kind of like the old school Saturday night main event. Other than there was more room at ringside, but I mean they weren't going to cut that room out because they do a lot on the outside. They still use the announce table a lot. I know Marcus is always big on that, but
They do it too much.
Even during that, they were over the announce table a lot.
Well, you know, in the old days, I think they didn't use the announce table because you know how hard it'd be to pull those monitors. Now they're just flat screen TV, flat screen tablets, really, that you can get probably in bulk. Back then, you'd have to pull all those big square monitors out, and shit was expensive back then. They probably was afraid to crash into those old ones. But
one of the criticisms I seen online was that they thought the show was for people, and it's fans like us. I know Marcus don't watch all the time. He watches more pay-per-views. He don't watch the regular shows. But for more for fans that they were like tuning in for the first time. To me, that's smart. I mean, there was probably some people that tuned into that maybe hadn't turned into wrestling for 15, 20 years because he's bringing Saturday Night's Main Event back, and they don't know the product anymore. Or it could have been somebody new. Hey, I have local TV. NBC's got wrestling. I haven't watched wrestling in a long time. I turn it on. So yeah, I mean, it's not pro wrestling for dummies, but you want to make it something that's relatable as to many people as you can. It just can't be for the diehards.
No, because the whole one of the main reasons for that is to get new eyeballs on the product. Billy, you can find it on Peacock.
Yeah,
and I think
it's Saturday Night's Main Event.
It's on the NBC app too. I think.
Is it?
I think so.
I know it's definitely on Peacock, and like Marcus said, it may be on the NBC app. But yeah, it was really enjoyable, Billy. I really enjoyed it.
The only full match I could find on YouTube was the Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens match. The other ones I can only find like 2-3 minute clips. I couldn't find the whole matches.
I've seen a lot of criticism, Marcus. I want to get your opinion of this real quick, and then we'll move on about them doing the Kevin Owens stuff after the match, doing the package pile driver on Cody. They did that after the match. It wasn't part of the show on on TV. And it was more of a thing they put on social media. Also, the Triple H and Kevin Owens altercation was also the same thing, wasn't live on TV. Heard a lot of criticism about that it should have been on regular TV. That's a huge mistake that they didn't do that. I think they get more buzz this way.
Yeah, but then again, are they allowed to have put a pile driver on NBC? Was that some certain things that they had to watch what they did because of NBC?
Could be.
Did you see the clip where the fans were throwing stabs at Jesse when he went back to the?
Yeah, I seen that.
Where they're saying you can't wrestle anymore, old man. Well, no, he hasn't wrestled literally since he became governor.
You're not in shape anymore. You old piece of crap. What the hell are you giving him a hard time? The man's close to 70 years old.
I think it was. I don't think it was as much as like restrictions by NBC as much as that's just the new world we live in, where social media is such a big part of it, and they get so good numbers on that, and it's all about the money. They get money from all those views they get on X and Instagram and all that. So and if you put something different on there, now you're gonna get people to go check that account out. That make like that. He don't check out social media like that, but now he's gonna want to go check out Twitter and these other accounts because he's gonna get to see something that he don't get to see on TV. Where if you just putting stuff on social media that people can see on TV, you necessarily maybe not getting new eyeballs to your social media as well.
Yeah, it's a business, and Triple H and them and that company, everybody involved, look at it as a business. They're looking to make money, and they're looking to get as many eyes on the product as possible. I think that's why they did it.
I mean, they've seen these companies. I mean, McAfee built his company on social media. I mean, he built his company basically on Twitter, YouTube, and all that. And I think they've seen these companies be able to do that, and so they're taking advantage of it as well. And WWE's always been ahead of the curve. I mean, look what they did with the WWE Network, going to the streaming before anybody else did. Everybody thought Vince was stupid when he done that.
Well, doing the network, yeah. I mean,
everybody thought Vince was stupid when he done that. Now look, it's all going to networks like that.
Everything's going streaming. I thought it was a real good show. I really enjoyed it. So we'll move on from that, and we'll bring in our special guest, Travis Southern, for our rapid fire segment.
Gentlemen, Kelly, how's everything going?
What's up, Travis?
I'm been watching this and just watching the comments from everybody that's going to be involved Saturday. So this should be interesting.
Yeah, I think so. How we're going to do this is Marcus will go first. I'll let Chris go second. I'll go third. And we'll fire a lot of questions at you here for the next 20, 25 minutes.
Okay, let's
Should
go.
be fun. Marcus?
Okay, well, would you get? This is just a question because so I know where to route my question. You consider yourself old school, I assume, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, I did too. I said that to one person says I'm not old school, and it's like think again. But anyhow, I thought we were. So, okay, when did you become interested in pro wrestling, and how long have you actually been doing this?
Well, I've enjoyed pro wrestling since I was a kid. I remember my brothers and I would always wrestle around at home, breaking stuff, knocking things down. Neighbors had a trampoline, and we always used to play on that, which was really cool. But I grew up the very first like real show that really got me into it. I got to watch WrestleMania 3 on VHS. On VHS. Now I watched, Dick the Bruiser, WWA was really popular where I was from when I was younger. So I watched Dick Bruiser and Bubba Brazil, and I used to watch all those guys, and I thought that was amazing. I thought it was the best thing ever. But growing up, it was all WWE, and I just enjoyed all that stuff. When I got started was 2000. So I've been doing it for almost 25 years. So starting next year after my match with Damien, next year it'll be 25 years.
Okay, Chris?
All right. Well, you've been in the business quite a while, so they'll feed right into this question I usually lead off with. What's the biggest difference in the wrestling business from when you first got into it to present day?
Well, social media is the biggest thing. We didn't really, when I first started, it was more word of mouth, and we had to do a lot of like old school advertising to try to get people in. And now everybody has their own Facebook page. Everybody has TikTok and Twitter, and they're doing all sorts of things to try to drum up business that way. So I think social media is the biggest thing. It can be a double-edged sword because you have some good things that can happen because of it, but then you can also have some bad things if you get the wrong people. So doing things that they shouldn't be doing, and it can make a bad name for, from time to time. So it's a good way to get yourself out of the business too. So, but that's the biggest thing, probably social media.
Okay, I'm going to cut right to the chase. Here a couple weeks ago, this was online. You made the challenge. You put your career on the line. You asked for a career versus career match against Damien DeVille. Why do that?
Well, first of all, I just want to make a little statement there. Don't trust DeVille. Everything that has happened, I know last year I kind of fell in a bad crowd with Justin TERRELL and his golden prophecy, and some things happened. And Marcus, I apologize for anything that was happened under that. I wasn't under my own senses at the time, but I've come to my senses, and I've decided that this year I'm a different guy. I wanted to be that guy that looked out for the little man, and called X, of course. Again, Kelly, I know you're going to hate this, but I'm down with. I'm done. I'm done with Cold X. I want them gone. So my goal was to do everything that I could to work on getting rid of Cold X, and it's the little things that just kind of added up, and nothing seemed, it seemed good at first, but there's just always something off with Damien. Man, he was a good guy, and he put the stuff out there, but it's just the little things that he did, like accidentally super kicking me multiple times, not reaching out to me when I was in a car accident and had to have me in a walking boot. It's those little things that if you were somebody that was supposed to be tight with you, you never reached out to a partner. That just those little things, and then everything that just happened with Caldex and him, and it just doesn't seem right to me. So I'm sorry, but the whole thing with Caldex, I just don't believe that they're not in cahoots. And like I said, I don't trust DeVille, and I don't think anybody else should either. So hopefully after the 21st, none of us will have to worry about that. So, and then I can concentrate on dealing with what I really want to do is take down Called X.
All right. Before Marcus goes, Kelly had a question. She wants to know who your favorite super fan is, Kelly or Marcus.
See, you guys keep doing that, and
She keeps doing that. I don't keep doing that.
I know, and you guys are the perfect super fan together. I can't separate you two because Marcus, you are the super fan, but you aren't the super fan without her, and vice versa. It's a two-way street. It has to be
Probably
that
the
way.
smartest answer we've got to that question so far.
That's a
I
very
like
good
that answer.
That's a very good answer.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean it's the truth. So that's what I'm here
'cause
for.
Without her, I couldn't do what I do, and she couldn't do it without me. So
Exactly.
I've got a question. Have I ever answered that question? Who's my favorite super fan?
Actually, I don't think you have.
Okay, I'll tell you who my favorite super fan is because she likes Called X. It's Marcus Fine.
So Chris is going to kill
You
her.
wait till I please you.
Look, everybody can have their little faults. I mean, I don't blame her for liking Called X. I mean,
That's not a little fault.
I know, but SWS can be a little persuasive from time to time. He does have that Jim Jones vibe going for him. So, I mean, I understand that. I mean, it's fine, but she'll grow out of that eventually. She'll be the better person. So, I believe in her. I believe that she'll outgrow that. So.
I do too. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, Marcus.
Okay, well, we just found out tonight from Justin Terrell right before he resigned his position as a general manager. Was you aware you are now in a Falls Count Anywhere, no DQ, no time limit? There must be a winner. Was you aware of that before an hour ago?
It didn't matter to me one way or the other. I mean, the match is going to happen if that's what it takes. If that's what I have to go through to make sure that Damian DeVille is no longer part of AACW, that I can get rid of the cancer that I feel that he and Call X are a part of, then if I have to put my body in line to do that, then so be it.
Okay, my question going to be: do you think, are you going to have some backup with you? Because I'm pretty sure with Called X in the house and with it's probably not going to be just a one-on-one battle between you and Damian DeVille.
Let's put it this way: I'm not without my own surprises, and I believe that if I really needed, and if I believe that I need the help, that there are people out there that I can ring up and they'd have my back. So we'll see. Hopefully, DeVille's man enough to take me on one-on-one and not need the outside help, but so be it. If that's the case, I always have Justice with me. So if I have to go use that, then Justice can step in and help me out too.
If you were starting your own wrestling promotion tomorrow, who would be your first three hires?
Are we talking anybody?
Anybody you want.
Okay. Well, if we're going that route, I would go. I'm a big Kevin Owens fan, and I like the type of character that he can be one way or the other, heel or face. I do like that. I'm always going to need a GM, so I'm going to have to hire, see if Mick Foley's available, because I feel like he was the best general manager. Now that Terrell's gone, I don't have to worry about that. In any iteration of WWFE, NWA, TNA, I feel like that made it more entertaining. So I would have to have him as my general manager. And then, I like people like that can get people over. So I like Ricochet. If I'm going to go with three wrestlers, two wrestlers and then the GM, those would be my three.
Marcus?
Okay, I talked to Warren earlier. He could not be here, but he's got his couple standard questions he wanted me to ask. We'll go with this one first. Would you want a 3-month run with the world title or an 8-month run with a mid-card title like the Intercontinental or U.S. belt?
I've always considered myself more of a guy that I don't need the big belt. I prefer the mid card belts personally myself. I was, the United States Championship, the one with the gold eagle and the flag when WCW, that was like my favorite belt.
Mm-hmm.
There was a company that was running called MPW, and that they had a variation of that belt, and that was like the best belt that I enjoyed being associated with. So not taking anything away from anything from AACW, but personally I would be more of a mid card. I think a longer run, I think I could do more with that and more storytelling with that than a short run as the big belt.
Okay, Marcus, go ahead and do your question.
Okay, let me get on here then. Okay, well, we'll go with this one. Who trained you? Where did you train, and who was your trainers?
My trainer was a gentleman named Mike Jesnowski. He was trained by Dick the Bruiser Jr. So I've kind of got that line down the thing. I started in Decatur, Indiana. That's where I actually started training back in 2000, and we kind of went from there. So.
What has been your favorite match? A couple of your favorite matches that you've had in your career.
Favorite matches. There have been a couple of them. Entire career, and both of them have to do with Troy Miller. We were in another company that is no longer needs to be spoken about. We had some pretty good matches. The Haynes Apperson match. There was at the Haynes Apperson Fair. There was an outdoor match where I won a title from him and a Falls Count Anywhere match. That was probably one of my favorite. And then there was a Heroes and Legends show that we had that was probably my favorite match with him. It's one that I don't have any problem rewatching, and then I can look back and say that it was probably my favorite match of all time. So, but Troy Miller is probably the best opponent that I've ever had, and by far the best guy to work with.
Something that everybody would be surprised to know about you.
Let's see, something I'm surprised. I'll be surprised. Honestly, I'm pretty much an open book. I do one of my other hobbies other than this is I do sports cards, and I have some pretty nice cards that I have in my collection. So that's
what's your favorite card?
I'm a big fan of. I do pretty much football, but there's a card. It's called the Downtowns, which is more like an animation type of card, and those are kind of like my favorites. Justin Herbert. I had his downtown rookie card, and that was like after I got it graded, it was like a $4,000 card. So it's been pretty nice to hit some of those. So those are nice. So,
okay, Marcus.
Okay, be interesting to see what you say here. You brought up WrestleMania 3 earlier, but my normal question is, what was the first WrestleMania that you watched that took place within 6 months after it took place?
Within 6 months after it took place?
Yeah.
With
the network, everybody could see everything now. So.
Oh yeah, no. The WrestleMania 3. It literally when it came out on VHS, that was like one of the very first times that. It literally came out in like 2 or 3 months afterwards, and that was one of the first things I watched. So that's how I watched it. I didn't watch it live. I watched it on VHS when it came out, when I could rent it. Right. Back in the day when you could rent videos, VHS.
Long time.
Back in the day, there used to be video rental stores it seemed like every corner.
You
Yeah.
want me to ask Warren's question now too?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I got one more. NWO or DX?
Oh, DX. And more the Hunter version than the Sean and I always like Hunter's version of DX with X-Pac and the New Age Outlaws in China.
That's my favorite of the DX group too. Yeah.
Yep.
Did you get to watch any of the Saturday night main event from this weekend?
I did. I got to watch. I watched the end of it, so I agree with you. I like the triple threat match. I felt like that was the best match. I like Cody's and Kevin Owens match. Not finding out some of the stuff that happened until afterwards kind of threw me off, because then I had people asking me, it's like, well, that I didn't see that happen. It's like, yeah, it's happened after the fact. They're trying to draw you in. And I said, and it's like, well, didn't see it happen on the show. It's like, yeah, I know. It's part of that's why it's how they get you to want to come back and see what's happening. So, but yeah, I really thought, and then the Chelsea Green, I thought that match was entertaining. But yeah, the triple threat match was by far, I feel like, the best match on the show.
What did you think of the presentation of it, with having some of the old school callbacks and stuff?
It was fine. I wish they hyped up Jesse a lot more than they hyped him up more than they used him. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was kind of a wasted opportunity, because if they knew that this was going on, they could have got him prepped enough to have him, even if he called just one match, even if he called the Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, they could have used him just for that one match, just like they've done in the past with special guys coming in and doing it.
Okay, Marcus.
No, it's your turn.
Me. Also, I'm lost my place. Okay, funniest person you've been around in a wrestling locker room.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Funniest person you've been around in a wrestling locker room.
Believe it or not, Congo Kong is very quiet when he needs to be around people, but he is also probably one of the funniest guys that I've ever been in the locker room with.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, Marcus.
Okay, I had to write down some new questions because you answered some of my questions and other answers. Your favorite big time single and tag team. Your favorite big time singles wrestler and tag team, and then also on the indies, what's your favorite single and tag team favorite of all time?
Singles wrestlers is going to be Mick Foley, Mankind. That got me back. That's what actually him and Undertaker in the Hell in a Cell is what actually got me back from being a kid into adult and getting back into the wrestling as an adult. Watching that match and just the storytelling part of it. So tag teams, I really like the New Age Outlaws. I thought they weren't the best wrestlers, but I feel like the more entertaining. I would rather be entertained than have to do like 50 flips and all that other stuff. So they could come out and they just own the crowd. So everything that they did is just top notch. On the indie scene, my favorite tag team of course is going to be TNT, which is Travis Southern and Troy Miller. But that's just me personally thinking that. But I feel like we were probably, if we were able to stay together a lot longer than we did, it would have been one of the tops in Midwest. That's just me being selfish, but I believe we were that good. And then indie guys, there's quite a few. I hate saying this, but I always enjoy Mitchell, the King. Crap from these. I guess they were talking about him and
Mitchell Taylor.
Yeah, Mitchell Taylor. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. I've had a couple matches with him, and I've always enjoyed watching his matches. So he's very entertaining, but he's also a very good wrestler. So
Cut a heck of a promo. You never know what's coming out of that man's mouth, and it's funny. So,
Indeed, nonstop.
All right. What is one of your favorite things about the wrestling business, and what do you dislike most about the wrestling business?
The tightness of a group of guys and gals that when everything's working and they're all on the same page, it's magical to be able to put on a show when you know that there isn't going to be a weak link because you can trust everybody that you're working with. And then the negative to that would be people that I've had issues and I've seen where they tend to feel like they're bigger than the wrestling business and it's more all about them. So I really have an issue with people that like to go into business for themselves and screw everybody else over, and I don't like that.
Do Kelly's?
yeah, Kelly's at mine. I had it, but she can have it. So,
Okay.
Yep. Go ahead. That's Kelly's.
Favorite or wrestling or Mount Rushmore? Okay.
Big time in Indy because I'm going to make you say it one way or the other. So.
Oh well. If we're talking the big league, I would go with, of course, for me, it's going to be Foley. Dusty Rhodes as a talker and his working was amazing. Ric Flair, just because of who he was, and then Stone Cold was he changed the business. So those would be my four.
All right. Billy had a question too. Did you have a favorite manager growing up?
Favorite manager, one that was actually my manager for one of the Legend shows, Sunny. Back before she was not, back before she was in a lot of issues that she was having, but definitely enjoyed watching Sunny bring out people to the ring. Yep. And I got to have her be my manager for a show, so even better.
Yeah. Best wrestling match you've seen live?
Shawn Michaels. I believe it was Michaels and Cena, and then was at WrestleMania in Detroit. Was a good match, but the ladders, the Money in the Bank match from that show was probably the best one that I've ever seen live. That was with Christian and Edge going through and Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy putting him through the ladder from the top of it. So that was amazing.
And you watched that live?
Yeah, I was at the one in Detroit. Wow. Yeah, that was the battle that's where Trump and Vince McMahon had the battle of the bosses or whatever, and Vince got his head shaved. So yeah, it was pretty fun show.
Yeah. Okay, this is going to be our final round, Marcus.
Thank God I was running out of questions because everybody else was getting them, and he was answering them in other questions. Okay, let's go with this one. Wrestlers to keep your eyes on. If you're wanting to talk to Joe Schmo on the street and they say, hey, you need to watch this guy, and then you'll start coming to indie shows, who would be the one guy you would want them to watch to try to sell our product?
I really enjoy Isaiah Moore. I've seen some of his matches, and he's actually done some shows for AEW. But I worked with him up in Mishawaka quite a bit, and he's really good. And I'm not gonna lie, I think Aaron, Bullfrog, can be one of those guys. I think he's got potential. I would tell people to come to AACW to see him also. So
yeah, he's getting there.
Just not up there. He's getting there. He's improved leaps and bounds, as the Bullfrog, thing. But yeah, he's actually gotten a lot better, and I feel like he's getting there. And I think if he can get through if he can get through the dog collar match with Justin, I think it'll be a very good learning experience for him. Yeah, Damien, that's good. That's cute.
Yes.
Oh, I'm just gonna go with what I always do to end it. Let everybody know where they can find you. If you got just promote yourself, upcoming shows, your social media pages.
Travis Southern, Cold Blooded Killer on Facebook, CBK, and AEW Live, AACW Live. Sorry, those would be the ones that you can find me on if you wanted to get anything. Because I plan on being here quite a while. Sorry, Damien, but you'll be able to find me, and I'll be here. I'll be here next year. 2025 is going to be a great year for everybody except for Damien DeVille.
Okay, I got one last question. Favorite moment in your career?
Favorite moment, I believe 2024 has been my favorite year because I have won the almighty trifecta of championships for AACW in a calendar year. I'm only the second person to be able to do that behind Justin Terrell, but I was able to do it in a single calendar year. So I feel like that's a pretty big accomplishment, and I not to toot my own horn or anything, but I really feel like that's for me that's a big thing. So.
Well, we appreciate you coming on. That was a really great interview, and hopefully we'll have you back on sometime, and hopefully you still have a long career.
Yeah, I hope so. So, don't, again, sorry, Kelly, but, we're going to be down. They're going down after I get done with Damien.
Well, down.
I'm sorry, but that's just.
It's okay. I still love you.
I still love you too. I don't hold that against you. Your love of Cold X. So it's a phase you'll outgrow. I believe in you.
Well, we appreciate everybody watching the show tonight, and everybody have a great, matter of fact, have a great Christmas, because we're not going to be on next week, the 23rd. So everybody have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see everybody back on the 30th with a big show then. And we're going to have.
And we're going to have Shooting with Shane on that night. So everybody, 2 weeks to get it in your head that, yes, Shooting with Shane's going to be on here.
That's on your next show.
See what I got to put up with. Marcus got to put up with Kelly. I got.
Hey, Marcus, did you have anything before we got out of here?
No, just make sure if you can get the AACW Saturday. Yes. I mean, it's worth the drive, $10, and look at everything that's going to take place this weekend. And then FCW in a week from Sunday. That's another one. And if you can't make it to those shows, go somewhere. There's wrestling all over the place. So
real quick, every Friday night, WCWO guys, they do a fantastic job every Friday night. So you can check them out on
the 27th down at and Chavo Guerrero's coming the night before the Royal Rumble.
Yep, they got a lot of big stuff coming.
Yeah, there's a lot of wrestling coming up, big shows. So if you can't make it to these, go somewhere.
Yep,
support the product.
All right, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo'S Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, X, Instagram, Twitch, all at Gonzo'S Sports Room as well. Like he said, we will not be live next Monday, so we'll be back the Monday after that. Hope everybody has a great Christmas, and we'll see you guys next time.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
This is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.